Okay, so I wanted to make another video on my Etsy print-on-demand business and how I did over $4,000 in profit in just 1 month of time. Now, my method of print-on-demand on Etsy is fully automated and pretty much passive income besides the customer service part. So let's just get directly into my first store on Etsy and I'll show you those products that I'm selling and how much I did in that month time on this store. So here we are in the Etsy dashboard, and if we filter this by a certain date range, which you will see why later, I'm using this exact date range. So there, about a month's time, 1 day over a month, I guess. But so on this store, we did 2,452 in revenue, and about half to 55% of revenue was profits on this store. So we did 12 to 1,300, maybe even 1,400 if we're using 55% as my profit calculator on this store. And we did 91 orders and got 2,813 visits during this time span. So some days getting up to 133 visits, multiple days with over 100 visits, and did 91 orders. Actually started off a bit slow in January, but then it started to pick up towards the end of January and continued strong out into February here. So looking down at where I got my traffic, because that is the most important and best thing about Etsy, is all this free traffic that they drive you. So you can see Etsy actually brought 88% of these 2,800 visits to my store. So looking at this a little more, Etsy app and other Etsy pages drove 700 people to my store, and Etsy search, just in the search bar, and my products would come up, is almost 400, and then 1,300 is Etsy marketing and SEO that they do completely free for me. So a lot of the traffic comes right here, and then if you look at traffic that I brought, which they attribute ranking on Google and other search engines to this direct traffic. So that is also free. And then social media is just for me posting on my own social media accounts, and Etsy ads is zero. So you can see I ran zero Facebook ads or Instagram ads or anything like that. All that traffic would come up here in the social media section. So all this free traffic came to my Etsy store from Etsy doing all of the work. So all of that profit from this revenue is actually pure profit, no ad spend or anything like that. So now getting into some of my products that I was selling. Hats, sweatshirts, and shirts were the only three products I had on here, but I did have about 150 different product variations. So on Etsy, it's key just to get as many products up as you can. Just make sure that they're looking legit and professional. Don't just throw anything up there, but it's good to get a ton up there. It just helps drive traffic to your store, and they could buy another product or just some design that you think may not work, but you saw it somewhere and just wanted to throw it up. Sometimes those end up working the best. So that is my first store. Let's call it $1,200 to $1,300 in profit. And I actually have a second store, which let me log into that one real quick. Okay, so here we are into my second store that was running during that time period. Unfortunately, this account has been suspended due to Etsy blocking it. That is the thing about Etsy, it's really easy to get your accounts blocked and suspended, sometimes for no reason, sometimes for a copyright issue or customer complaints, but definitely be on the lookout for that, and it is fightable and you can get your accounts back, and there's other ways to make new accounts. So with that said, let's go ahead and sort by the same date range here. So I believe it was January 11th until February 12th. So just 1 day over a month again. So that date range, the reason I use that is because that is the entirety of when this store made its sales. Not when it was open. I believe it opened maybe like January 5th. but my first sale did come January 11th, and my last one before it was shut down was February 12th. So if we click into orders, we can see January 11th first sale, and then didn't make another one until the 16th. But then things really started to take off towards the end of January. I had, let's see, it was 3, 5, 4, and then we got a 12 order day, another 12 order day, and then a 14 order day, followed by 9s and some more 6s and 4s. So this store was really popping off. As you can see, the revenue was 4,395 in that same time range as my last store. But the thing also about this store is the profit per sale was a lot higher. So it was about 63% I calculated, if you average out the products that I sold on here. So actually my profit on this store was 2,800 to 2,900. It's hard to say exactly from my calculations, but somewhere in that range. So if you add both these stores together, you get well over $4,000 in profit on Etsy. And this store, even more shoppers found me, 94% from Etsy. These same metrics that we broke down last time on the last store, just pretty much double the visits. I believe the last store was 2,200 visits, and this is 4,500, so just about double. And also the orders, if you notice, is less than double. The clothing store was 91 orders, I believe, and this is just, what, about 40, what would that be, 38 more orders on this store, but the profits were more than double, and I only had 38 more orders versus 91. So if you want to see the full story of me selling on Etsy for about a year and a half, I broke it down in about a 45-minute video of how I built up that clothing store from zero all the way to $1,000 to $1,500 in profit every single month, and then found the research to find a product on Etsy that was underrepresented and had higher sale numbers and higher profit margins. But unfortunately, I do run a lot of these, so I can't show you guys these products here. But I did link down the video to my full Etsy story, and also I have a link down there for my full Etsy course. It'll show you how to get everything set up and automated and to make this passive income, as well as the products I'm selling on this kind of store that I did insane profits in just my first month selling this product. So like this video and go check out a bunch of stuff down in the description. We have even more than I said. We have my print-on-demand suppliers, courses, other videos. Just check it all out. And also subscribe for more about selling on Etsy and other platforms for more passive income. And I'll see you guys in another video.